Hello and welcome to Cracking the Cryptic for today's second video. Lots going on as usual, but not a Discord solve today, and do remember that all the extra content on Patreon is there. Now, all I'm going to say about this is it is from Ard van der Wetering, who is one of our favourite compilers. He constructed the puzzle for which the video got over 4 million views when it went viral, which is fantastic. Every puzzle he sends in is popular, so I'm hoping for great things from this one. I think, actually, I just checked the Jill Beanhacker's brilliant catalogue of our works, and this moves Ard up to second on his own, only a couple of puzzles behind Fistemafel for those that we've solved by a single constructor. That's assuming I solve it, which we shall see. So 24th time he's featured on the channel, I think. Fantastic. Anyway, looking forward to this. Now, it's got a completely new rule. It's got a completely new move, even. Now, I don't know what variation of chess this move comes from, but Ard calls it a monkey step. And it is a step like that, 3 in one direction and 1 in the other. So basically it's an extended knight's move. So the monkey steps for this cell would be there, 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 and there. 6 different cells. Now, what is the rule in this puzzle? It's not actually no monkey steps allowed. It is that every digit has a monkey step identical digit, by which I mean one of those yellow cells that I've highlighted around this 6 must contain a 6, and the same applies to every cell in the grid. It must have a monkey step partner. Now, as I say, I don't know where monkey step comes from. I have heard of donkey step in Sudokus, which is a move 2 by 2 diagonally away like that. But I've never heard of monkey step before, so as far as I'm aware, this is completely new. And it is obviously it's not a restraint so much as a requirement, and they often play very hard. So let's see how it goes. Do have a go on the link below the video before watching the solve, but I'm going to have a crack now. So let's get cracking and see what happens. And what does happen? Right, look, the corners are mattering a lot because they can only see 2 monkey steps at all. They must be the only cells that can. And this 9, right, we can write in a digit straight away. 10 seconds in and we've got another digit in, because that 9 has to have a monkey step partner. So I can put a 9 in there. And it doesn't tell me much else. There must be a 9 in the middle here. There's not many instances of given digits. I don't think any of them are repeated more than twice. So Ard's not giving much away, unsurprisingly. What about this corner? 9, 7, 6, 2, 5, 4. So it can already, just by ordinary Sudoku rules, only be 1, 3, or 8. But that means that one of these 2 cells is 1, 3, or 8. And although that one can only be 3, that one could be either of them, any of them, I mean. Not that helpful. This can only be 6, 8, or 9, and it can certainly see a 9, but here it could see a 6 or an 8, so this may not be the right way to attack this. Lots of possibilities for that one, and it's seeing those 2 cells. Okay, let's look at the Sudoku side of things. Now, if there's digits given and not many of the same, maybe they're all looking into the same place. Yeah, look, okay, here is a trio of cells. They're seeing 5, 1, 9, 2 in the column and 6, 7 in the box. So they are 3, 4, 8 in some order, which means the other cells in the column are 6 and 7. Now, remember the pencil marking system I'm using. I think this is going to be very valuable in this puzzle. Is if it's in the center of the cell, it means those are the only candidates possible. So with those ones, I can see that they're ruling each other out, so they go together. But if it's in the corner of a cell, it means it's restricted to that place in the box, this digit, 9, Must be in one of those cells in the box. Anyway, this place, now it can't be 3, 4 or 8. It can only be 1 or 2. 1, 2 and 5 are there. So 5 is in one of these cells and one of these cells. So 5 must be down here. It can certainly be there. Ah, look, look, look. Yes, 5 cannot be here because the cells it can see on the monkey step are there. And these two can't contain 5 because there's already one in the column, and this one can't because of the one in the row. So we've placed another digit, 5 in there. That gives us a 5 in one of those two, but they both see that. I think what's going to be worth doing is ticking off the cells where we've established the monkey step. So for those 9s, that's how we got it. For these 5s, they can see each other. One of these 5s can see that one, so that one is definitely resolved. Like, whatever we do with the 5 in this box, that's going to be able to see a monkey step partner there. And I might carry on like that. We've got 6s here, so 6 is constrained to those cells in the central box. To be fair, with the constraint, the central box is going to be very unhelpful because every cell can see 8 cells monkey steps away. That's not very useful, I don't think. Right. I mean, this really is just going to be a case, I think, of scanning for helpful stuff. I mean, 5. Maybe these cells are quite constrained, by which I mean the ones that are 1 away from the corners. I mean, all the perimeters will be looking into the equivalent of their row 4, as well as along their row 2. But some of them are more constrained than others. So, yeah, well, I mean, let's start here. 4, 5, 2, 9, it can't be. And it's seeing one of those, no, let's get it right, one of those as a partner. Ah, okay, so if this isn't 7, it has to be 3, 4 or 8. Can't be 4. So that's 3, 7 or 8. And I don't know, it feels quite likely to be 7 because it would make all those cells have their partner. This one, yeah, I mean, again, slightly more freedom. Any of those yellows could be a 2 at the moment, so that's not very helpful. What about up here? 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, already it can't be. It's seeing those cells, so it can't be 2 either. So that is 1, 3 or 4. Up here there just seems less going on. Now that's seeing those cells. It can't be 5, 9, 7 in its own right. Nah, not much other restraint. This one can't be 5, 9, 1, 4 or 2. Ooh, and it's seeing those. So it clearly can be 7 or 6. It can't be 3 because there's nowhere to put a 3 in those yellow cells. So it could be 6, 7 or 8. This one, 2, 4, 6 or 8, any of the even digits. Ab initio, yeah, doesn't get restricted any further than that. Okay, maybe that's not the way to go either. How do you make progress in this puzzle? I think we've got to find some number that just isn't working very well, that's hard to find a partner for. What about this 9? Maybe we work with the givens that we've got and see which one of those is going to force something. So that can see these cells. Okay, something interesting I can notice about that. 9 there, sorry, I should highlight that one as well, but that can't be a 9. 9 there requires a 9 in one of these 3 cells to make the constraint work. And all of those 3 cells see that one. So whatever you put a 9 in them, that can't be a 9, which limits 9 down a bit in the central box. Now I can't use that now, maybe I'll be able to use it later. This one, much less helpful. I think it needs a 9 in one of those. Can't really use that, I don't think. 5 in one of those would be fine because they can see that. 5 there might be less. There's so many cells it can see. Right, I know what to think about now. Think about the numbers in the effective 4th rows away from somewhere. So this column is 4 away from this column. So is it limiting the perimeter? Look, it is. I don't know. I wrote 8 as a possibility into this cell, which is looking at those two. I think that was a mistake because neither of those can be an 8. 8 is seeing there. Now, even here, I don't think this can be an 8 either, because the 3 cells it's seeing are there, and none of those can be an 8 due to that again. So the only place for an 8 in the final column is here. Now that's a monkey step away from there and leaves another 8 up at the top. If it's not there, how could one of these see somewhere else? Oh, well, that one could see there. This can't be an 8 because neither of those two can be an 8. So let's take that out of the corner. 8 is restricted to one of those two. So that kind of paid off looking at how 8's helping along here to narrow it down in the final column. Now this can be 1, 3 or 4. So the only 2 in the final column now is here. This can't be 1 because none of those can be a 2. Yes. So we've got 2 in the end column, and I can't colour that. No, that needs a 2. Oh, there's lots of cells though that can see. Oh no, not this one. There's a 2 in that box. So actually there's only 2. Okay, that's not so helpful, although it's worth remembering. But 2 now can't be in those. This could never have been a 1 because there's a 1 in its box. One of these must be 3 or 4 because of that. One of these is a 1. Maybe I'll do the corner marking here as well. Although I may have shot my bolt on that. 2, 2, one of these is 2. But that one can see that, and that can reach that by monkey stepping. So not so helpful. It's 5198. Right. Now I've written 47 there, but that was part of the 348 triple, so I do not know how that's happened. Stupid of me, but I knew that's a 348 triple, so I think correcting that is fine. I hope I haven't made any deductions based on that not being 3 or 8. I don't think I have. 925. Now keep going. What can we find? Just playing for time by continuing to talk without spotting anything. And that's because it's very hard. Okay, well, we've looked at this column. Let's look at this row, which already has 9, 6 and 7 in, and we haven't placed any of those down here. So where can 7 be? Well, that 7 can reach both of those cells, so 7 could be in those two. But none of these can be 7. So the only 7 in row 6 is there, so that's allowing a 7 there. So again, 7 is restricted just to those two cells. It can't be anywhere else along the bottom here. I don't quite know how to use that. It does mean this one is not a 7, so it's either 3, 8 or 9. Well, let's try with 6. I mean, the same sort of technique. Where can 6 be in the bottom row? It's not quite as helpful because 6 isn't restricted in row 8 either. So a 6 there could have a 6 here. 6 there sees it, as does a 6 there. Those are the only possible places anyway, because we've ruled it out of the other cells, but that's not quite the help I was looking for. 9. That can't... interestingly, yes. No, this could be 9 because it can see that. The other cells it sees couldn't be 9. Mind you, though, if it saw that, well, that would put a 9 here or here. How do those fare as 9s? This one, I don't think that can be a 9. The cells it sees are there, and none of those can be a 9. So that's not 9. This one, it's got much bigger range to choose from. But I do believe that it's worked again. None of those can be 9. So 9 is not in this row. It's not in this row. One of those two is a 9. That means this one has achieved its monkey step with one of those. Up here, we've got 3 cells that can be 9. Just by Sudoku. Checking that one and that. This one can reach that by the monkey step. If it was in one of those, we'd have 9 in there somewhere, and that does seem very possible, annoyingly so. No, I thought I was making some progress and didn't really... Oh well, 9 was down there and 9 is there, so one of these is 9. That much we know. And interestingly, they can't reach these by monkey step. That one can reach that, that one can reach that. This can't reach any 9s. He quavers wonderingly. No, it can't. None of those can be a 9. 9's restricted in the central box to those two. So, yeah, so that is not a 9 either. So we've got a 9 possibility there and a 9 possibility there. Okay. Yeah, if it was there. If it was there, yeah, you'd have 9 here. They would both have monkey step partners there and there. So that would work. No, they wouldn't. What am I talking about? Yes, they would. Yes, they would. That's what I'm talking about. They would. So that's okay. If there was a 9 there, it would have a partner there. This one could have one of 2. Yeah, there's no more restrictions available to me there, I don't think. So let's keep looking for stuff. Oh, this can't be a 7. I don't know why I've got 6, 7, 8 in there. I must have had the cell highlighted at the wrong point. 3, 5, 9, 6, 7. No, there's no restrictions on that. Got to be a bit more careful with the highlighting to make sure with the pencil marking so I don't completely mess something up. Now, 6 or 7 or 8, which could be there, yeah, that's still possible. There's no numbers missing from the candidate placements in the bottom row. Wow, this is tough. How are you meant to find ways of moving on? An 8 here for out of these 2 positions would require 8 here. Now that would put 8 in one of these 3 cells, which would then need to be seeing one of these 4. All too possible. We've got an 8 in one of these 3, definitely, because 8's restricted here. But they could be seeing one of these, or indeed one of those 2. So that's not getting much done. Right. Okay, lots of cells are looking at that. 9, 6, 2, 5, 2, 7, 4. But now again, these numbers in the center, I mean the positions in the center aren't very helpful. So this one is that. Yeah, it's not in a great position with the 7s and 6s that are already there. Maybe that would be interesting. If that's a 7, that's a 7, that's a 7. Those two are fine. Then you've got a 7 up here, which needs to reach a 7 in one of these two positions. Yes, this isn't working. Yes, if there's a 7 here, you'd have to have a 7 in one of these positions. And how could they have a monkey step partner? Only in columns 7 or 9, and they can't reach the 7s that we're hypothesizing there, or in column 5, and there's already a 7 there. These cannot be 7s, and therefore this can't be a 7 and is a 6, which puts the 7 up here. Oh, well, that was interesting. Now that 7... Ah, well, that's by Sudoku, that puts a 7 here. All of these ones are connected by the monkey step, which is fine. And there's another one in one of these two cells. But this cell is one of the partners for this corner, which can now only be 5 or 7, because that's all it can reach, and is a 5. Can't be a 7, obviously. So we can colour that green. It's seeing that one. That fixes the 5 down here. And this is actual movement forward now. So that's something. Now, 5 there, 5 there. So one of these twos are 5. Oh, sorry, I've got a 5 there. So not one of them. We can actually place the 5 in box 2. That's a monkey step away from there. So they can go green. And that's leaving one of these two to be a 5 with one of those two. And whichever way round they go must be fine as a monkey step relationship. So 5s are kind of done apart from that X-wing, and I can't get any more information now, only when one gets eliminated. So that's good. Right, 9 now, can't be in any of those, so it's limited to 2 cells. And actually, 9, oh yeah, 9 in box 5 is in those two, 9 in box 2 is in those two, so the 9 in column 4 has to be here. Excellent. So let's take that out. Now, how's its monkey step? No, it sees that one, okay. Oh, come on. So where's 9 down here? Don't know. Don't know. Irritating. Oh no, hang on. How can this be a 9? It can't be, because that and those two cannot be 9s. So that's not a 9. Those two are looking at that cell, which can no longer be a 9. The 9 in box 7 is there. It can see this 9, and that corner is done as well. What about this corner? Could still be 1 there or 3 there. That's all now, but I don't think that helps me do anything. 9 in one of those two. So we're left with those possible 9s. Do they all work? Because obviously it's either like that. Would they all have a monkey step partner? Yes, yes, yes. So that works. Does this one? Oh, they would be each other's. And that one, see that? So they, darn, both combinations work. Bobbins, as someone I know would say. Now, 6 is limited to those cells. Not particularly helpfully as far as I can see. 4. No, that position's very annoying because it can see loads of cells that have few constraints on them. Right, come on, that was good with the 7s. What other digits should we be looking at? Oh, that 7 is seeing a 7 in one of those two, so it's definitely fine on the monkey step. So actually, 7 in this box is also in one of those two cells. It can't be here by what we've worked out before. I hope that's right. So it's in one of those two. So that puts a 7 in one of these two. Not quite finished with the 7s, and 7 in one of those two. And again, however those two work, they will work together as a monkey step. Actually, the same here. It doesn't really matter whether it's that arrangement or that arrangement. They're all grouped together. But that finishes off what we've learnt about 7s. Now, 8s. I think I've looked at these before. If 8 was there, it would need an 8 partner here, but it could have one of those as long as one of these was 8. Oh, that's interesting though. If 8 is there, it needs an 8 partner here. If 8 is there, it's already in column 3. Either way, column 3's 8 is being used up by our choice of whether 8 is in one of those top 2 cells, and that can't be 8 anymore. So as long as my deduction on that was right earlier, 91452, not 6 now, and I worked out early on that it couldn't be a 7, and that still looks good, yes. This can't be an 8 now and must be a 3, which I wasn't expecting. Right, so that makes this one a 1. That puts a 1 here. This can't be 1. This can't be 3. This is 6 or 8. Okay, that's nice. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Right, so let's look at the monkey steps. So those we worked out was the relationship. 6 there, 6 there. Oh, that could see 6 in one of those two positions. This is a tough puzzle. 6 there. Oh, so one of these two in the bottom row is a 6, so that sees this 6. So however we work the grid with these, that one's fine. Can this be a 6 though? That would be interesting if it couldn't be. Only if that was a 6, which would make this a 6. Let's just highlight the 6s in that case. Oh, well, that would make this one a 6. I haven't seen many cells diagonally connected. That would make this one a 6. Monkey step, monkey step. Suddenly problems all around here. And you'd have that last one, which is fine. But this, for instance, and this, and maybe even this, would not have a monkey step partner. So no way, this cannot be a 6. And therefore, 6 is constrained in box 1 to those cells, and therefore we can actually place this as a 6 in box 7, which is helpful. Now we get a 7-8 pair on the bottom row, so this is 6. Is this going to carry on? Well, it's ruling 6 out of there. We're into a little 6 pair. Don't really know how they work at the top. Now let's do the monkey steps. Those 6s are seeing each other. This one, oh, it could still see one up there. This one though, can't see one in this box or this box. So its 6 partner has to be either there or there. Well, it obviously can't be in this cell. So that is now a 6. And together they form a monkey step. That's not a 6. 6 and 6. 6 is in one of those two cells. And although it's tempting to assume it's there because it forms a monkey step with that, and you could finish them off. Yeah, no, we can't deduce that. But again, some quite good progress there. Now we've got a 1 here. Where's its partner? One of these cells. All of those are possible for definite, so that's not a lot of use. In fact, 1 must be in one of those 2 because of where the 1s are down here. Are either of those? They don't look very constrained to me in terms of the middle box. Got so little in the middle box. 7. This 7 and 8. Is one of these not good as an 8? Oh, this one's nearly not good as an 8, as it's looking at those 3 cells, but we cannot rule on that yet. 9, 7, 6, 1. In fact, 8 is looking down at those 2. So 8 is constrained in box 8 to those 2 cells. This needs to see a 2 in one of those 2. Well, that's quite interesting in relation to that. The reason that's quite interesting, yes, that is very interesting, because this 2, let me just explain again, this 2 needs a monkey step 2, and it's got to be in one of those 2 cells. They're the only ones that it can reach apart from that one that's already a 1. Now, so we know there's a 2 in one of these 2 cells. That means we know there isn't a 2 in any of those 3, which see them both. We also know there isn't a 2 in any of those 3 because of this 2, and that means in box 5, 2 is restricted to those 2 cells, and we can place it in box 8, and that fixes the 8 and the 1, and we've finished a box. And we don't know anything about how the monkey steps work, which could be a good thing because they might give us information. 1 and 1, they're connected. 3 and 3 are connected. Pity. Oh, 2 and 2 are connected. I suppose that's the sort of thing you've got to expect. That 4 could still go anywhere. The 8. Oh, there's plenty of cells that it's seeing. Not plenty that... in fact, yes, these 2 are now an 8-4 pair. So that 8 will be fine. Whichever one of those is an 8 will be seeing that. So not much to learn from the monkey step. But we have got a lot of digits in the grid, a lot more than we had. So we know 2 is there. What is this 7 that I've only got 1 of? Oh yes, we had a 7 pair. Once we placed that 6, that resolved the 7s. And that's nice because that fixes the 2 we just got to. That is now a 2. The 7 also fixed the 9 possibilities, and that fixes the 5s. And again, we've got a bunch of digits, and we can check off the monkey step relationships. There's the green, there's the 5s, there's the 7s. This 2 is seeing that one as well, and that 9 is seeing that one. So, yet again, nothing learned, but more digits filled. This is a lovely naked single, number 1. 3, 5, 7, 6, 9, 2 in the row, 8, 4 in the column, so that is a 1. And that's seeing that. So its monkey step thing is done. We've got another 3, 4, 8 triple. In fact, exactly the same shape and candidates as that one. 3, 5, 7, 9, 6. So this is 4 or 8. That's all it can be now. 9, 7, 5, 6. 1 and 2 must be over here. 1 has to be in one of those 2 cells. I'm not sure. This is 3, 4 or 7 just by Sudoku. I'm going to have a look at the restriction in a moment. One of these is a 2 because of the 2's here and here. Now is that good? Because if that was a 2, its monkey step potential partners are there, and none of those can be 2. I think that's right. No, yes, I haven't missed any. That is all there is, so that cannot be a 2. So 2 is here, and it can see another 2 already by monkey step. But 2 there, that puts a 2 in one of these cells. And 2, this is 1 or 4 now. That's all it can be by Sudoku from the column and the 8 there. Now, whichever of 1 or 4 it is, where's its monkey? Oh, it could be here or here. Oh. No. Well, that can't be a 4. In fact, 3, 4, 8 triple, we know it's a 1. That's the last in its column. That means one of these 2 is a 1 by regular Sudoku for row 2. That one can see the 1 in column 5. This one can see that one. But what about, oh yes, whichever way these work, again, they must be connected. So ones are all fine. In fact, we've got almost all our numbers coloured that we've put in the grid. That 4 is going to be fine because of that 4-8 pairing. This 2 needs a 2 either here, 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 or here. Well, only one of those can be a 2, and it's this one, so we can put that in. That was very helpful. So we can make those 2 green because they're seeing each other. This one is seeing the 2 in column 6. Now, one of these 2 is a 2. And that's going to see whichever of these 2 is not in its column. So 2s are kind of done and 1s are kind of done. I think 5, 7, 8, 9 are all done. This 7, presumably that can already see, yes, look, it can see another 7. This 6 can see another 6. So actually, that's virtually the whole stuff we've done, coloured green. What about this 3? That can see this cell. Not so good. Now, oh, that can be a 3. Okay, so we just don't know, weirdly. We know for almost everything, but not for that one. Okay, don't know what to do about that. This can be 4 or 7, making one of these sort of triples that is very little help. What about 3 over here? Well, it worked looking at that for 2. Let's look at this for 3. No, 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 no. Perfect. That's not a 3. We can place the 3. It is here. And we have exactly the same 4, 7, 8 triple that we have over here. There's a bizarre symmetry going on there. So let's get rid of the pencil marks because I don't like them. Now that 3 can see that one. Yes, it can see the one in row 8 by the monkey step. It can also see this, which we had from ages ago. That's now a 4 seeing, yeah, one of those. That's a 4-9 pair. In fact, 9 has resolved that this isn't a 9. So let's put that in as a 9, 4 to finish the column. The other 4 is not here because there's a 4, 8, 7 triple there. So the 4 in box 3 is there. The box 1, that puts the 9 there, that puts the 2 there, that fixes the 1. This can't be 3 and it can't be 6, so it's 8. 2 to finish the column. That's not a 2. We are getting there now. What a puzzle. This is so, I mean, I find it very tough, I have to say, as you have seen. 3 or 6 there, 3 or 6 there. 3 or 6 there. Let's just take that pencil mark out because I don't like it anymore. Now this 2, oh yeah, those 2 see each other. Okay, monkey step done. That 1 sees the one in row 1. 8, yes, the one in row 2. 9, those 2 9s see each other. This 4, these 2 see each other. What about this one? Well, hang on, what are its potential partners? Beautiful! They're only there, and 3 of them are already filled in without 4s. So that last white digit means that this one is a 4, and that's finally, maybe, sorting our triples, because that makes this an 8, that's a 3, that 4 means this is 8, that's 4, we can finish those triples. We've got a 1, 4 to put in here, we can do that by regular Sudoku. Wow, okay, so now how are we doing on the... Oh look, that's a trio monkey stepping down the grid. There's an... Oh no, hang on. Those 2 are connected. And those 2 4s. That's leaving a few things. This 1, oh yeah, that's done. This 8... That's got to sit... No, not there. The 8's monkey step cells are there. So the one that's an 8 is this one. Perfect. And that fixes both of these 7, 4, 8 triples. Right, let's mark off the monkey steps. I'm sure we can do the ones at the bottom. That 4 sees this, that, and these 2 4s see each other. That 8 is seeing one there. These 7s are both seeing the one in row 8. This 4 is seeing that one. It's all working, but we've got a deadly pattern left on 3s and 6s. So one of them somewhere must be determined by the monkey step rule. 6, no, it's not the way to look at it is which one can't work. That can be 3. Oh no, hang on, the way to look at it is, yeah, that, whatever we put in here is going to have to be in this cell and this cell. Those two are linked for definite. That means the white cells must all be the same, and they're all linked by monkey step. So the only cell to worry about is this one, which is not linked by automatically. Please work now. This is looking at that cell, and it must be different from that by what we just did. At this cell, and this cell, and the key one there is 6. So that must be the 6. And that makes 3 and 6 there, 3 and 6 there, 3 here. Those 3s are all connected by the monkey step. Those two 6s are, and this one is connected to that. And if we'd put a 3 in there, swap the 3s and 6s in rows 1, 2 and 3, but put a 3 in here, it would not be connected to a 3 anywhere and would break. So that is the solution. I'm sure we have checked all the monkey steps as we go. I'm just going to check the Sudoku. Looks good to me. What a puzzle. That is a classic from Ard. I mean, that's hard work. It's kind of unremitting hard work as well. That is just continually scanning. This is a sort of puzzle where you will definitely, if you've been concentrating, have seen stuff before I did. I can't help that. I can only scan so many things at one time. I'm sorry. But do feel free to comment and let me know your times for solving that, because I'm just going to refuse to believe anything under 10 minutes. It's so hard to find the way through. Maybe if you have some spatial visualization that's better than mine for spotting these new monkey steps. I'm not necessarily going to encourage new puzzles with the monkey step theme, because that was tough. Or maybe it's new puzzles with the allies theme rather than the restriction theme. Anyway, great fun nonetheless. Really enjoyed that. Thanks to Ard, and thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye now.